Alright guys, so patch 1.1 just released today, and we're using some Primo Gems to roll for Diona. Last time we had really good luck when we summoned at the Mondstadt Cathedral, so we are making our return. I think we gotta switch to our other resident child, Klee, for this. I only have enough Primo Gems for 4 summons. I've actually gotten a couple of 5 stars and 4 stars in my last approximately 20 summons on this banner, so I'm not expecting to get Diona, but we're going for it, man. Alright, child banner, here we go. Oh shit, 4 star? This can't be that easy. And it is. We got the cat girl. Okay, I admit, I'm really not into the aesthetic of the child characters in this game, but the gacha has had our back so far, with 3 5-star rolls and only $10 spent in the game. Honestly, all I want is Kaching or Jean, but Klee is pretty godly and I desperately need a second healer besides Barbara to be able to get through some of the Spiral Abyss content. I'm also lacking cryo characters, as I'm not into Kaya, and although I rolled Chong Young, I don't want to add another Claymore user into the mix. Are any of you planning on summoning for Diona, or have you already summoned for Diona? If you have, let me know why you want Diona and how you're building her down in the comments below. In the rest of this video, I'm going to talk about some of the best builds and teams for Diona, and how she fits into my party. I'm also going to discuss alternate builds, provide weapons and artifact sets for those builds, and share why you may run one of those builds over the one I'm running in this video. Diona is a pretty versatile support character that can be used primarily as a healer and shield, or as a support for triggering elemental reactions with other members of your party. Depending on how she is equipped, she will excel in one of these areas more than another, but no matter what build you give her, she will heal your team, provide shields to anyone in the fight, and produce sustained AoE cryo damage. Because of this, she can fit into nearly any team. Not to mention, Superconduct, the reaction between Electro and Cryo, is one of the best elemental interactions in the game. Not only does this do AoE damage, it also reduces physical defense by 50%, meaning regular attacks will do significantly more damage when this elemental reaction is triggered. You most likely are already using Beidou, Fischl, Lisa, or Kaching on your team, and therefore adding an AoE Cryo damage dealer is extremely useful. So in this Spiral Abyss run, I'm using Diluc as my main DPS, Fischl as my secondary DPS, Diona as a healer and support, and Klee for some additional AoE pyro damage. Diona should always be paired with at least 2 characters that are pyro or electro. In my build, Klee can be swapped out for a Nemo user like Sucrose for the swirl reaction. Alternately, we can swap out Sucrose for another electro user like Beidou, to try and spam more superconduct reactions. In the next build, I'm swapping out Beidou for another cryo user such as Kaya. What adding Kaya into the mix will do is allow us to be able to access Diona's elemental burst much more frequently, as her energy recharge will be significantly higher. Therefore, we have more sustained cryo AoE damage, potential for superconduct, as well as healing. So we're flexible in our team composition, we just want to make sure we are making the maximum use of the melt and superconduct reactions. Okay, let's talk artifacts. I've been playing a lot of catch up in this game trying to prepare for patch 1.1, and have not stacked any resources for Diona, so we gotta do some grinding. First, we're gonna need some artifacts. I was hoping I can at least get a 2-piece set of the Maiden's Beloved from grinding the Valley of Remembrance. I possibly ran the dungeon 6 times and only scored a single piece, which I ended up equipping. The Maiden's Beloved set should be equipped if you're using Diona as a straight up healer. This set will increase your healing percentage and apply extra healing during an elemental skill or burst, and will drastically improve Diona's ability as a healer. Also note that Diona's healing and shield strength scale with her HP, so you'll want to go for artifacts that boost these statistics. I decided to go with a 4-piece Exile set for my Diona. The Scholar set is roughly equivalent. This set increases energy recharge by 20% and regenerates energy for all team members. This will allow me to spam my Diona shield and burst at the highest possible frequency. Also, because Diona is purely a support on my team, I don't want to stay on her for very long before switching to my DPS units, so this set fits in well with my team. Another good set for Diona is the Noblesse Oblige set. This increases elemental burst damage, and the 4-piece set also increases everyone's attack damage by 40%. So when Diona applies her cryo field, the field is doing more damage, and your main DPS is also doing more damage on top of that. This is a great build to increase your team's damage. The Instructor set is very similar, but will increase your elemental mastery, and therefore increase damage done by your party while her cryo field is applied as well. Finally, we have the Retracing Bolide set, which is all about shield strength and attack percent. This set will not only increase shield strength by 35%, but will also allow your party to do 40% more damage while the shield is up. So there are several good ways to build Diona. It really depends on what your support needs are for Diona. She is a really versatile character that will fit in great with almost any team. Okay, let's talk weapons. So when it comes to weapons, Diona is best built with a weapon with an energy recharge second stat because we are using her primarily for her elemental skills. The Sacrificial Bow is going to be her best weapon. Note that both of the weapons that I'm going to discuss are 4 stars and will come only from summons to my knowledge. This bow has an energy recharge secondary stat with critical hits having a chance to end the character's cooldown. The second best weapon will be the Favonius Warbow. This bow also has a secondary energy recharge stat with an additional passive that allows for critical hits to have a chance to generate additional elemental orbs for energy recharge. The Stringless is another good weapon for Diona and will work on increasing elemental mastery and damage from elemental skills and elemental bursts. So if you're lucky enough to have any of these weapons, these would be my recommendations. Otherwise, go for whatever bow you have available that has decent attack and defense, and you'll be okay. I'll be using the Favonius Warbow, which I currently have equipped on my Fischl. I don't necessarily need the additional energy recharge for Fischl, as she is more of a DPS unit on my team, so I'm going to go ahead and craft a compound bow for her, which is best for my playstyle with Fischl. This bow does better for spam attacking, as it will allow for a greater attack speed, where the Prototype Crescent is better for aim shots. The compound bow could be a good alternative for Diona if you don't have one of the others that I mentioned, because likely you won't be using her to aim too often, but will be spamming her during combat, such as in the Spiral Abyss. Well, that is all for this video, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video and would like to see more content like this, please consider subscribing down below. I put out a video like this every single week. I'll see you guys for the next video. Peace.